turn their heads. Oh, turn their heads with Gina. Turn their heads with Gina.
Hey everybody, welcome to Turn Their Heads with Gina, where I will bring you some of the most fascinating personalities that are truly turning heads. My guests are going to share with us their style, fashion, beauty tips, and secrets. Yes, secrets. That you may not know. So on this week's episode, we have Gloria Williams with us, also known as the Foot Nanny.
Yes.
Ooh,
hello.
Hey, Gloria.
I dreamed of this moment.
Oh, well, so did I. Welcome. You
Well,
look
thank
beautiful
you.
as ever.
Well, I had to put the good hair on for you.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you look
My
amazing.
hairstylist, I don't want you
Gorgeous.
looking at the little cheap wig I got. Got the good one on.
You got the Aren't wigs fun?
Fun.
Oh, you can have so much fun with them.
In the fall and winter. In the
Oh, yeah.
summer, a little hot flashy.
Yeah.
Ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you look great. Well, Gloria is Oprah Winfrey's personal pedicurist,
That's right.
and you are the CEO of Foot Nanny.
Yep.
That just sounds so divine already.
Mm-hmm.
Foot Nanny is a product line with healing products for your feet. I'm using foot creams, soaking salts, and more. I'm already purring like a cat.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
So tell us about your childhood. I mean, how did you find your passion? Is it something you fell into, or you?
Well, it all kind of happened by an accident in a certain way. I just was living my life as a child, and I was used to see my mom take care of my father's feet, and then I would see him take care of her feet by soaking them in Epsom salt in warm water. And it was amazing to me how much, excuse me from being frank, but dead skin could come off from just soaking your feet in Epsom salt. And so I'm like side-eyeing, like, oh, wow, look at that. And I used to honestly braid hair. I was doing hair like braiding, and then I started doing the little cornrows, and then I started doing, so I was going that path. But I kept watching how they were taking care of their feet. And then my grandmother, I guess, I was a baby when she passed away, but apparently she taught my mom the old-fashioned rub down. So after the foot soaking would happen, I would see my mother take different things like ointments and Vaselines. And back then we didn't have Vaseline. We started off with lard. And whatever you could use to mix some type of concoction, my mother would use it. And so then it went from our family to our neighborhood. So anybody in the neighborhood that wasn't feeling well, they would call on my mother. And so they would come over, or I would go with her. And so I would mimic her movements so I can help. And so she would just say, watch me do this. And then she would leave me at that point, which was always starting with the feet. And then she would go to the rest of the body, the arms, the shoulders, rubbing the chest with salves, things like that. And so it just was something normal that we did.
So how old were you
when I first started noticing, I would be around maybe 8 or 9. Because we would all have to line up whenever something wasn't right. If one person had a cold, I would have to get in line with my 2 brothers. I'm like, well, why do I have to take this medicine? So it would be some real nasty, like castor oil, and you just line up and just take a deep breath. So I remember that. It was so scary, but it was good that I did that because I felt better.
Yeah.
And back then, we didn't go to the doctor a lot. The only time we went to the doctor was if you were going to school for your shots, had to get your shots, or your annual checkup. Nowadays, everybody runs to the doctor regardless of what.
Right.
So in our neighborhood, I grew up in a small town. My mom is from Alabama, but my roots are. But my family grew up in Dixmoor, Illinois. So in the small town, if your mom could not fix, or someone in that neighborhood can help you fix whatever was going on, they would look at you like, what's going on in that house? What's wrong with that mom? It was really different.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and so if they couldn't do it, they would call my mother.
If I lived in your neyborhood, I would probably fake sick all the time. I would want that old-fashioned rub down. I would have been like, yes.
Or full of castor oil one.
Gloria, I'm not feeling too good today.
Well, because they believe back in the day that if you didn't feel good, they would ask you things like, when was the last time you went to the bathroom? When was the last time they had passed, did the number 2? It was all about eliminating.
Right.
and breaking a fever. And rubbing down the body to feel better and to help move whatever it was in your body to be released.
Yeah.
And it was just a natural, old-fashioned thing.
So it makes sense because I don't know who it was, but somebody told me one of my kids had a really bad cough one time, and they said rub Vicks on their bottom of their feet and put socks on and go to bed.
Yes.
And it, like, the vapors help
Yes.
the cough.
You rubbed it on the bottom, and you also rubbed it on the top. Because the top is the chest. In reflexology, I studied the feet, and it tells you about different areas that are connected to your body. So people thought it was like a big miracle, but it was actually the right place to put them on top of your feet, and on the bottom. The bottom would be your back, because, cold can be in your back too. So your back, your lower back, spine, and then the chest. So putting it all over the feet, that was right.
What do you want to do?
And people still do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I love those old wives' tales. I think they really work. My grandmother was always like, you have a sore throat, gargle pickle juice.
Yes.
You didn't go get a strep culture. It was, and then you gargled the pickle juice. But the trick of it, though, was you gotta swallow a little bit. You don't swallow it all.
Yes.
So you gotta gargle, which you kind of had to be talented because you just want to spit it all out.
Yes.
But the trick was to swallow
because
a little bit of it. Because of,
the vinegar, the natural healer was the vinegar. See?
Knew. I know.
Your grandma knew.
So what were some of the fragrances that you remember that you were the most favorite that your mom and grandma used?
For one thing that sticks out is the casserole. I remember that one. It was like, it wasn't the best taste, but the worse things taste or smelled, the better they healed.
Really?
Yeah, the worst smells was like the best. I mean, Vicks, we didn't have Vicks at first. We had Watkins products.
Oh, yeah.
And we had the salve, and it comes in a little tin, and it was really strong and mentholated. And it didn't smell great, but it did smell okay. But again, it was intense. The more intense of the smell, the better it was. And then there was the cooking, the baking, the aromas that made you feel good, that you smelled. Mm-hmm. You knew it was Christmas. You knew it was Thanksgiving. It was a reason you smelled sweet potato pie, and some people do pumpkin pie. There was a reason you smelled the chocolate cake. My mother didn't just make a cake because she wanted to make a cake. It was either somebody's birthday or it was a holiday. Mm-hmm. So we all got chocolate cakes on our birthday. And so I'm telling you all this to say that all of these aromas is what drives my brand now.
Okay.
Foot Nanny products.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when did you start Foot Nanny?
I feel that I started it in the beginning of 2012, but the world believes it started when Oprah did the tweet in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a tweet, and I was doing service at her feet. I know I'm skipping a little bit. But
no, go ahead. I'm dying. Yeah, no, go.
So I was doing a pedicure on her feet, and she said, "Oh, I love this name, Foot Nanny. Oh my God, I love it. Let's do a tweet." And then I said, okay, but she didn't say tweet, she said a video. But I didn't understand, okay, we doing a video or we doing a tweet? Which one? And she said, we're going to do a video and we're going to tweet it. So she produced it for me because I kept going on and on and on. She said, Gloria, you can only, because, back in 2012, you can only talk so much on a tweet. It was short. Now today, you can do a whole national anthem on it. But back then, it was only a few seconds, like less than a minute. And so I had to test it over and over. She said, okay, stop. What is Foot Nanny? And I'm like, in the name of Jesus, I don't know. I know what I know, but when you have Oprah sitting in front of you and asking you,
I can't imagine.
What is Foot Nanny? And I just, my theme was wellness beyond a pedicure.
So let's back up. How did you even get in the presence of Oprah? I mean, take me back to when,
First I want to tell you when the tweet went out, and then we'll go. I just want to finish this. Yeah. The tweet went out, and the feedback is what I'm building my brand off today. Mm-hmm. Because in 2012, it wasn't so saturated. It wasn't like all these different platforms now. You can't even get the truth. You don't know who's a real person, a bot, a meme. Not a meme, but I forgot what they call them. Internet trolls. You don't know who's who. But back then, you could truly tell. And I got great emails, and they all told me that what I'm doing right now is what they needed. And so moving back to how did I meet Oprah? I was working for Mario Chikoshi's salons and spas. It was just in Illinois. He had a chain of them, and he was the man. If you worked for Mario's, you had the best training so that everyone would know when you go, service them or they see it on your resume, oh my God, she worked for Mario. So one day I overheard someone talking about Oprah had a spa. I just kind of, was listening in. And I went and applied for it. What'd you say?
Eavesdropping.
Yeah, eavesdropping, being nosy. And they were standing by me, thank God to this day. They were standing there. Yeah. And I went and I applied for a position. So I kind of became a little stalkish with their spa, found out, Googled about the number, the address, and found the phone number to Oprah show. And then I called and I said, oh, can I have your spa? Like I knew what I was talking about. And they transferred me, and I got this lady, and I told her about me, and she said, send your resume. And I said, okay. And it took 2 years, but I finally got in. Wow. 2 years. I interviewed, and it took a while, because the first time they wouldn't let me go. Mario said, no, you can't work for that the studio. And I didn't know why, but apparently they wanted the spa space or some unknowns to me. But anyway, 2 years later, I ended up there. 1 day a week for 3 years. And then finally Oprah walked into the spa. 3 years. 1 day a week, every Friday.
Okay.
Finally.
She walked in. But I went after her glam squad first. Okay.
Because when I saw how this one particular girl had serviced her, happened to be in the right place at the right time, I thought that was the worst pedicure I ever saw in my life.
Huh.
I do my regular clients who I love better than that. No presentation, no bubbles, no essential oils, nothing. Just some plain hot water. And it was too hot. And that's when I saw that I was on a mission. So I went after the glam squad. And then after 3 months of them, that's when she walked in, the 3 years. It took 3 years. And then the glam squad, I begged them to give me an opportunity because of what I saw. It took 3 months, and then finally she came in. So
and she sat in your chair?
Yes, it was crazy.
Did you die? Did you get super nervous?
I heard the manager saying, no, we can get so-and-so. And they were like, no, she wants Gloria. And I'm like, oh, my God, it's her. It's her. And so then she came over to me and said, can you do Oprah? What am I going to say? No. What? I got a date. I got to go somewhere. I got to go eat. I mean, heck no. Hell no.
Yeah,
where am I go?
But I'm running a little late. She's going to have to wait 45
I'm not
minutes.
ready yet. Right, and I'm eating lunch. What? So I said, yes, I can. And I think I'm working there. At the Oprah show as a freelancer, it taught me the poker face. That look that you can't let anybody see you sweat. I learned it there. Mario taught me a little, but I really learned it there.
I learned that early on. Right. When I was in beauty school, they always told you, have a poker face.
Yes.
If you ever screw up or it doesn't look right, never ever change your demeanor.
That's right.
In front of your client. Well, let me tell you, I blew that out of the water because I was very early on in my career and I was highlighting a client's hair and bleached it white.
God. Okay.
And then I had to tone it.
Okay.
Well, my goal was a pretty, buttery blonde.
Right.
Well, I put the toner on, and then when I walked back over after like 10 minutes, I looked at her, and her hair was the most ugliest algae, blue, green, gray.
My God.
And I looked at her dead in the face, and I go, oh,
Jesus.
Oh, my God. And she's like, what? And I'm like, can we cuss? It's okay. I can fix it. And she kept trying to sit up, and I kept trying to push her back down because she wanted to look. And I went in the back, and I was sweating, and I called my dad because my dad's been behind the chair for 50 years. And I'm like, Dad, I have this client in my chair, and I just totally screwed up. He goes, how do you turn somebody's hair green, Gina? And so I just got the, he just roasted me up and down. And I said, well, would you quit yelling at me and tell me how to frickin' fix it?
Yeah, right.
5 hours later, I fixed it. So anyways, I didn't have a good poker face.
Wow. Well, no, we
I don't
never
think
do.
she ever came back.
Not in the beginning, we don't, but we learn it after we, because my first client had no toenails. And I was in school. And I looked. And I said, oh, it was shocking.
Yeah.
And she said, no, it's bad, right? I said, no, but it's okay. After I'm over the shock. But she did see it. And I felt bad that she saw it. But, hey, no toenails? Because, back in the day, they would take all your toenails off if you had a fungus. They would think that all of them were infected. Okay. So then they would do surgery.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so getting back to Oprah. So she comes in. And
it felt like I was in heaven. And this was my test.
Yeah.
So I had 2 of everything. 2 nippers, 2 clippers, 2 nail files, 2 buffers. I'd learned from a mentor, Tammy Taylor Nails. She taught us back then to have 2 of everything in case something fell on the ground. You can keep going because you're a pro. And we didn't use drills or anything, so I knew how to smooth a foot with my hands and my products. I knew how the right tools to use to make that happen. So I served her. She had the bubbles. I know she liked lavender. I had it all nice. The lights were a little dimmed, and that was the spa director adding her little part. And I did the service. And one thing I'm good at is smoothing a foot like a baby's butt. So when she got finished, she said, oh, my God, what was that? And she still says it, when I really go in, because sometimes she's in a hurry, maybe every now and then, but most times I go all the way in. And she said, Gloria, because when you finish a pedicure, it should be kind of squeaky clean to me.
Yeah.
I want to feel the foot, and I want to feel it squeak.
Yeah.
That means it's ready.
Well, when your feet feel good, your whole body feels good. Like when I go and I get a pedicure, and if I get a good rub down, which I get some good ones and not so good ones. Yeah. But it's like you walk out and your whole body's been touched. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you got to tell me about this fashion rub down. Do you have a system, or is it it one of your secrets that you want to share?
It's when I was, I'll say this. I only had a few people that would allow me to take the time to take care of them. Mm-hmm. One was Oprah. None of the staff there really had a lot of time. And, when you work behind the scenes, if someone comes in and says, I need a pedicure and I got 15 minutes, you're a pro. So you go, yes, absolutely. I can do that. And so you adjust to what's going on. But with Oprah, she had time. And also, when I started doing services out in Barrington, Illinois, when Oprah show was going to end and I had to find a new clientele, they were all housewives with nannies. And so that they also gave me the time to actually do the rub down. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That my mom taught me. Right. And so that's when I knew I had some, because Oprah kept saying, I've never had this before. I've never felt a rub down like this. What is this? What are you doing? And then the ladies in Barrington would say, what is this? And I was like, oh, it's just how I do it. And so I came up with Foot Nanny because, of course, all my clients had nannies, and the name and the rub down, I decided to give it 2,000 strokes because the debate was between Oprah and Stedman. Stedman said, I was doing his service for his birthday. This was before I was Foot Nanny. He says, you need to figure out a name for this, and you need to figure out how to put it in a jar, and then you need to train people to do it like you. And I'm thinking, why is he talking to me? Why is he talking to me? I'm here to service his feet, and then he's going to tell Oprah I was talking, and then she'll say, Gloria, you was talking through the service, and I don't want to do it. Yeah. So he gave me advice, and then Oprah would say, after I thought of the name, she said, you can't train anybody to do this. How are you going to do that? They're not going to do it like you. And I kept thinking, how do I train them to do the old-fashioned rub down? How do I do it? I know. I'll come up with a count. I'll call it Foot Nanny 2,000. So that means everybody has to do 2,000 strokes, because that's how many I do, at least 2,000. And so 2,000 strokes took me a half an hour. So that's a half an hour of massage. And I just know that the lower extremities are the part of the body that are pretty much most used, and it's overlooked a lot when it comes to a treatment. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I call it Foot Nanny 2,000. So we start with the knee, and we work from your knee all the way to your toes. And then I use compression wraps. I use Ace Bandage compression wraps to help infuse the products into the skin. and people, they just fall out.
Yeah. Well, I'm falling out of my chair right now.
Right.
I'm taking off my boots. Give me a rundown while I'm talking to
do
you.
I bring my cream? Do I need a towel? Are we going to do a foot massage?
Yeah, we can talk while you do your 2,000 strokes.
Give me the hot
I
towels.
don't care.
We'll figure this out.
So, okay, there's just so much I want to ask you. I don't want to jump
Go
all
ahead.
over the place too. But okay, so getting back to your product. So, did you just write down all of your, oils and the things that your mom and grandma used, and did you put it? So, or am I don't want to jump ahead,
No,
but
that's good
mean,
because I kept it all in my mind, and I didn't realize how to put the story together until one day Oprah's chief of staff asked me to come over and service her. I was foot nanny. I had been Favorite Things, 2014, and I had no clue what my story was because no one ever asked me until Amy asked me. And by her grandma passing away, she was saying, "Oh, where'd you learn how to rub like this?" And then I guess losing your mom, you put things to the side because it's painful. Yeah. So she unlocked the key when she said, "Where did you learn to rub like this? Who taught you this?" I saw my mother. She used to take me with her when I was a little girl. And so that's when they realized, Amy said, that's your story. Yeah. That's your story. I'm like, okay, y'all tripping out. So then we took the things that my mom, the stories, all had something to do with the products naturally. Eucalyptus, we have the eucalyptus rub down. I have eucalyptus cream. That's the story. So on the website, you'll see the story started, and then it'll go into the product. Yeah.
So when did you start making your product, like actually putting your product in the jar? And was it hard? And
I did a test. I started the test in 2011. Okay. And I didn't tell anybody what I was really gonna do. I was just saying, I was just doing the mixing with no name. And then when I came up with Foot Nanny, then I said, okay, now we'll do Foot Nanny lavender, peppermint. So I went let's put it like this. I had an online business, right, to start. I'm doing nails, but I was selling the product online. How do I get this customer to understand this aroma? So I stuck to the top 5 aromas that people know: lavender, peppermint, tea tree, rose, eucalyptus, and then unscented. And I said, if I stick to those, they'll know. So people got tired. They were like, are you going to come up with something else? And so the stories all have to come from my childhood in order for me to create something. Mm-hmm. So then I have castor. Remember the castor oil I told you about standing in line? Yeah. Right. And then licorice. Now, licorice is, and all of the products are natural anti-inflammatory. The essential oil properties. Licorice, that's another crazy memory in my life. I didn't want the licorice. We had a candy store. I hated licorice, but there was people that liked it. So I tell them the little story, and it goes into the product. Okay.
Great. Wow. And then just,
62 SKUs later. Right.
I was going to, yeah.
Boy, do I have a lot of stories. I have a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, though. Mm-hmm. So is Oprah just everyday people?
Yeah. I always say two people you don't lie to, God and Oprah. Okay. It's like you feel like when she asked you a question, she knew it when you were born. So you know, the answer is you want to know the truth. Yeah. And she said, yeah, tell me the truth. And it's something when you really want to make sure you're doing the best, even though she's not that type of person that says, "Oh, that wasn't good." You just know you want to do great with her. Mm-hmm. Just know. Yeah. And out of all these years, it's been over 15 years since I've been servicing her. I still treat it like, okay, you're going in here, do her feet, get ready. Like I was there. What's today? Thursday. I was there Wednesday. Oh, yesterday. Duh. Yeah. So it's an odd day. But the Weight Watchers thing is going on, so I went to her house Wednesday. And after I finished, I'm looking through the drawer just like a technician would, like a regular, like it's mine, because I put all of her stuff there. So I went through everything. I said, what, it's time for some fresh creams, some fresh salts. If I had other clients that had a home that like that, or just at home, I would treat them the same way. And I said, I'm making a note of what I'm going to bring. And then she comes down, and then you go into mode. And I let her lead. So if she's reading a book, or if she's looking at the phone, like something, I let her do that. And then she'll say something.
What does her house look like?
Heaven. Cozy. Cozy.
Really?
Yeah, even Maui, when you go to her properties, you don't feel intimidated. You feel warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
You feel like you want to go home and you want to get out the good linen and you want to get those books that you put up and you want to put them out, like make your little library section. You know, you feel, because I store things.
Yeah.
I hide them.
Oh.
And so, right.
I
And you
hoard
never,
'em.
Yeah, you never feel,
yeah.
you never feel
Yeah.
intimidated. You feel good. And so it's like, God, all those nice sheets I have. But I mean, I don't have time to iron them, you know.
Yeah.
But back in the day, my mom did put out an iron. But you really don't feel intimidated. You feel comfortable and welcomed all the time.
Okay. So you actually go to her house wherever she's at.
Montecito.
And
Yeah.
Okay.
Every 2 weeks.
All right.
But if it's
Here's
something, I get her ready to go.
Yeah.
The stylist and the makeup artist, they travel more. I get her ready to go.
Okay.
So I got to make sure what I do lasts a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Does she have a favorite color? that you-
Yes, she likes Field Fox is one of her favorites. That's a C&D gel shellac I put on her nails, and they have a polish to match. And then she likes OPI, Love Your Mother.
Okay.
It's those are earth tones. She always likes earth tones.
Yeah.
She says it like you, naturals, nudes, and earth tones. Unlike me, red.
Look at me. I have a broken
you're
nail.
neutral. But see, but if you had a red nail, it would show, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So mine's is chipped.
Yeah.
You see it. Boom.
Okay. Well, so here you are. You're Oprah's foot nanny.
Yeah.
You've well on your way starting your products.
Right.
And when did you decide to patent them? And what was that moment that you were like,
Well, the first
oh my God, this is big.
when I thought of the name, I knew I had something.
Yeah.
Because when I thought of the name, it was like I was really mad at someone. They were supposed to be a friend, and they had really disappointed me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this on my own, because I was reaching out for somebody to help me think. And then I thought, why am I asking this fool to help me think? Let me think. So Oprah always says, it has to come from you, whatever it is. And so it was just like when I met you, it was like one of those ricochet blessing moments. The show was ending. The people, I needed a new clientele. Someone told me about the salon in Barrington, Lake Zurich, Barrington area. I went, coincidentally, she worked for Mario Tricosi too. I started working for her. I started doing her clients. They all had nannies. Now, no clients I had at the show had nannies because of the hours that they worked. They had husbands and babysitters and family. But when I thought of nanny, I said, okay, that works. And I had asked Oprah, what do you, I'm really having this hard time thinking. She said, okay, Gloria, what is it? I was like, oh, God, don't kill me. Help me, Jesus. She looks like she's intense. So I said, well, how did you know when you wanted to be a talk show host? She said, no, I want to be a journalist. And I can look back now and see exactly what I wanted to be. It was right there in front of my face. Everybody tells you, who you are if you just listen. They're telling you. But you may not feel it, but until you can connect with it, then it'll manifest for you.
Yeah.
So she said, what part of the body do you like, the hands or the feet? Which one would you do? I said, if I could choose, I would do feet. And she said, why? I said, because that's the part that I can really make a difference in your body. I could really make you feel better through your feet. And that's an area that a lot of people are not really good at. Yeah. Everybody knows how to do nails. Pretty much it's easy. But the feet is where it's the weakness. And it's my strength.
Well, and two, I have to be honest. Some people's feet aren't the prettiest
That's
of
true.
their body.
But I enjoy.
I know, when I was on Undercover Boss, I had a segment where I had to do a pedicure. Oh gosh! And I'm telling you, I broke into a hot sweat. It just was not natural for me,
Right.
and I thought, God bless anyone that can work on feet, because it's
Well, it's more than the feet. It's to me, it's more like I study reflexology.
Yeah.
I studied pranic healing. I studied essential oils and blends. And I studied how all these things work. And I guess it's just from me wanting people to feel better.
Yeah.
My mom, that's what I know. It's just no big deal to me. I've seen some feet now. I've seen some feet. Yes, Lord, I've seen some feet.
What are some of the worst?
I think
Yeah.
some of the worst feet I would say would be athletes' feet. I've seen that.
Athletes.
Immediately you can't use jets. You know, you do a little survey, before you a little consultation. I would say thick toenails.
Yeah.
Thick. But I will tell you this one thing. This wasn't me, but I will tell you this one thing. This one nail tech. I'm just gonna say it wasn't me. There was this elderly lady who needed a pedicure, and she hadn't had her toenails cut in a while, and the technician clipped her toenail, and an ant crawled out.
Shut up! Oh no!
It wasn't me. I'm just telling you a story. It wasn't me, and the story circulated so much. That I was in Atlanta then. It circulated so much that it came back to me. And this girl was saying, hey, I heard of this nail tech who did a pedicure once and say she cut a lady's toenail and an ant crawled out. And I was like, that was me.
My
it's crazy.
Gosh. I wonder how long it lived in there. Oh, and then the nail tech took away its poor house. Oh,
yeah, and then you go into like a little cap full of bleach in the water, you know.
Oh my gosh! Did you scream? I mean, that's just
she screamed inside.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't even. I have the visual. No, I know.
So
wow.
now we know. Am I clear? Did I make it clear to you about Foot Nanny though?
Yes. So what we?
But I knew I had something. That name was something.
Yeah.
And I trademarked it. You asked me about patent.
Yeah.
I trademarked the name right away. As soon as I thought of it, Google search, it wasn't there. Nobody had it. GoDaddy, it was there. I'm like, it was for me.
Yeah. All right. So what was probably the best piece of advice or the biggest piece of advice that Oprah gave you that has stuck with you? And I'm sure she has lots. She's so good with that.
So many Oprah quotes. I mean, the stuff I be hearing, I don't even think she told nobody.
Somebody that that she personally told you, advice.
I'll tell you one. She said there's one oak in every family. She said there's usually one oak that everyone comes to for financial support, for advice. It's one person. And then you get to the point where you just got to, she was right because she was speaking about me, because I feel like when I was telling her some situations about things that was going on with family, and she said, Gloria, there's one oak in every family. Don't you get it? And you're that oak. She said, I'm the oak. We all have an oak in the family that's the strongest one that's supposed to be there for everybody, but you got to figure out a way to give them money that they will grow from it and not keep coming back for more. You know what I mean? So never give them more. I remember this. You heard this one. Yeah. Never give them more than they've ever made in a year. I said, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm not there. I'm there. I'm close, but
for
them, I can't.
Yeah.
So I would say that one oak thing was good.
Okay. That's awesome. That's great. I mean, yeah. I think I'm the oak.
You are the oak. She's the oak. Okay, I'm asking your husband. He's sitting over there all quiet. She's the oak.
No.
Boy, she's the one.
So, what did Oprah say to you after she tweeted about you? I mean, was she?
First she said, "Are you ready?" I said, "Yeah, I'm ready." I'm ready for what?
Yeah.
And so she said, "Here we go." And she hit the button. And when she hit the button, you could feel it. It felt like, I don't know, it felt like a catastrophic movement shift of a plate in the earth. It was something. And I said, what did you just do? She said, I tweeted, it's gone. It's out there. And so now I'm trying to get to the bathroom so I could sneak on my phone and tell my web person and my social media lady at that time, back in 2012, it was cute, right? I wanted to tell them what happened. And so I'm thinking, how can I tell them? Because I was only going to ask, can I have permission to put your name on my bio? And it went from that to, look at the Foot Nanny shirt. Love it. Woo, let's do it. And so from that, I was finished with the pedicure. And I said, okay, I can go tell now. Here comes Stedman. And Oprah goes, Stedman, you want a pedicure? Gloria's here. I'm like, oh my God. He goes, yes. I said, oh Jesus, I gotta get out of here. So I went to the bathroom. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna change this. I'll be right back. So I go to the bathroom and I'm on the phone. Lori. Her name was Lori. Lori. She was like, Gloria, why are you whispering? I said, did you see what Oprah just did? She's like, what are you talking about? I said, Twitter. She just tweeted a video. Oh, she said, what? And she's screaming. And then the lady that handles house, Miss Paulina, she was, Gloria, are you over there? Okay in there? I said, yes, I am. I'm just, I'm not feeling well right now. I'm just trying to fix something. Okay, Gloria. I'm like, Lori, do you? She said, oh, God, I see it. Oh, Jesus. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then it was crazy. And from that, it looked like people were chasing me when I walked out the door.
Yeah.
The doorman, I saw you on Twitter. I'm like, running.
Oh, yeah. It was instant fame.
So I was driving home and I was just in shake and I didn't know what to do. And my brother's like, are you selling creams? I'm like, it's bigger than the creams. He said, what do you mean? I said, it's bigger than the creams. I want the feedback.
Yeah.
Oprah said, build your brand off the feedback. That's another good thing she told me. She was right.
Build your business. Yep. Good advice.
Feedback.
So, okay. So after all this, what happened once you really took off? Like that, you tweeted, you had the whole world knowing about the foot nanny. I mean, that's a lot to go home and digest.
Yeah.
And
I knew I had to get out of
a lot
Chicago.
of shoes to fill.
I had to get out of Chicago.
Okay.
I felt like it was not going to grow from there because the things that people were asking me in that tweet were so like, and the emails were just like, they were wanting the service. They said, we want that.
Oh.
What is that service? What is that service you're giving her? We want to feel that. We want to feel that. We need you in Texas. We need you in Alabama. We need you in Detroit. You name it, they were there. And I said, how do I get in all of these states? And then comes you, Gina. Phoenix Salon Suites on Undercover Boss. I'm like, I need her. And then I'm like, how do I reach her? And I did tell you, I emailed you. I'm like, this lady ain't going to find me. And then at HSN, you walk by. So that's the multiply. I mean, Stedman said, hire people, train them like you, and open different locations. Mm-hmm. He made it sound so easy. I'm like, okay. And that was in 2009 when he said that.
Okay.
His birthday. I'm like, okay, whatever, sir.
Did you ever dream of this?
Like
I sit back and I think to myself, I opened up my first salon and I was content and just thought that was it. And I was proud at being at one.
Yeah.
I can honestly sit here and look at you and tell you I never dreamed that I would be at 250. Like it just happened. It just happened.
To
and
you.
so
inside you had to think it though.
Yeah, but you don't expect it, but then now you're there and it's like, okay. So did you ever expect it? I mean, did you see yourself?
I knew that I was going to do her nails one day because I had a little nail salon inside my house. And I'm looking at the TV and my clients and we just are talking and chit chat. I said, girl, one day I'm going to get Oprah. She needs me to do it. Look at that. She needed me to do her nails and she needed her feet done. That's when she had the little afro back in the day, AM Chicago. I was like, oh, I'll get them one day. And just the fact that I was sitting there at that time and overheard Pasquale, I'll never forget his name, talking about, oh, you hear Oprah has a spa. And me overhearing it and then the hurdles that I had to climb to get to it took 2 years. I had to leave my job because they said no.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And so the things that I went through and the times I wanted to give up, but psychologically, I said, I'm not giving up.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going. Just work harder.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what major retailers reached out right away? I mean, here you're big, you're tweeted all over, and I know retailers were foaming at the mouth.
Well, it was... Okay. Well, the truth to be told on the podcast, when it first happened, it was when that tweet was one thing. Nothing happened really. Little something. But in 2014, when I actually launched the brand in California, I had moved here, and the magazine called me and they said, "Hey, magazine, we hear Oprah likes your stuff." I'm like, "Who is this calling me on the phone?" She said, "Can you send us some of your products?" Okay. And she said, send us the big jars. Now, I'm servicing her all the time, but I'm not
pushing
talking
your
about
product.
that. No, I'm just doing my thing, what I normally do. And apparently she told them all about it or she wanted it. So then I sent it, and this was something. After after I sent that in, Oprah asked for a sock. Now, I'm servicing her. She didn't say nothing about a sock. But she told them, Oprah, I want a sock. This should have a spa sock. So I had to go on a quest and find a spa sock. So I asked this guy to give me a sock. He got wind of probably what I was doing and tried to hold the sock hostage. 2014 favorite things, right? So I had to end up going downtown LA, getting an assortment of socks and letting the customer choose the sock. But you know what happened? Everybody wanted the gray sock that Oprah had. The sock that she chose for the shoot, the photo, they all wanted that sock. So in order to get the gray sock, I had to buy multiple socks. So I had like 1,000 packs of socks and then another 1,000 packs. And it's a dozen in a pack. So I'm just selling like crazy and giving them a choice. So from that point, I started getting it was more like online retailers asking a little bit here and there, but I didn't know the knowledge of how to sell on the retail, on in a store. I knew how to sell on my.com, but I didn't know.
So what did you do? Did you go hire? Did you have an agent? Did you have
a
mentor?
I studied. I got some mentors, and I asked questions. And what's that Oprah thing? When you know better, you do better.
That's right.
So I started asking people, and I got mentors that Ted Gibson. I know you know Ted Gibson. He's big time hairstylist, but he had a product, and he talked to me. I met him at an Oprah show makeover. Ken Paves, I met him at an Oprah show makeover. So I reached into who I already knew and said, "Can you help me?" And they gave me insight on how at least to do it and be safe and be careful and build your own website. So that did help a lot. Yeah. And now I'm in Macy's and Costco. I did Costco. I love Costco. They're very good shoppers. They can overwhelm you if you let them. Okay. They are hardcore shoppers, and I'm a small brand in big demand. You know what I mean? Right. So I have HSN, and then I have Bed Bath & Beyond. Everybody's into the .com. So it went from I'm thinking I'm gonna go in the stores. They were like, no, we're going .com now because so many people shop online. Yeah.
So what do you think is probably your biggest challenge that you've had so far with, virtually making a product, bottling it, putting it on, not having enough
to meet the demand. Yeah. Like my new platform is Weight Watchers, and they shop like crazy too. And when they shop, I mean, you have to be. I've never seen, I've seen it on Good Morning America shows. They have great deal shows, but when a store like a Costco and a Weight Watcher brand come knocking, that's big. So that's my big thing. Yeah. Having enough. I just want a warehouse full of products. I just want it stuffed. Yeah. Yeah. Beyond what I could imagine. Yeah. Like I need to maintain, I can do so well with 100,000 units. If I could keep 100,000 units every 6 to 7 months, my life would be great.
Yeah. So what's next for Foot Nanny?
Oh my God. Foot Nanny Salt Spa. Mm-hmm. Have a concept for my first suite, so that I can have my chain of suites throughout Phoenix Salon Suites. So I want Foot Nanny Salt Spa, and I had 3 custom Himalayan salt walls made, and they go in between pedicure thrones. And then I just purchased a Himalayan sauna where you can sit before or after your treatment and sit for 15 to 30 minutes. Foot Nanny Salt Spa, we focus on your lower extremities. We'll do some manicures. It's an a la carte thing, but we're really focused on the cure, making you feel better, breathing in through your feet and through your body. Right. Mm-hmm.
So can you give us a little sneak peek on any products that you might have going on in your head that nobody knows about? Anything specific that you'd like to share with us? So we promise we won't tell anybody.
Well, I have a spiritual line, Holy Spirit Cleanse. Oh. It's a soaking salt, it's a scrub, and it's a cream. And I use all the herbs and spices that they bury Jesus in. Very biblical. Yeah, I've been holding it close.
Chills, yeah.
I've been holding it close since a year. I haven't let it go. So this Easter. Right?
That is.
You feel it? I'm going to cry.
That's God. I'm going to cry. Yeah, that's the Lord.
And what I do is when I make the scents and when I make them, I do them first and I let them sit and I see how long the shelf life is. So when you're dealing with frankincense and myrrh, those are very intense, woodsy, earthy smells that you want to make sure you add a little zest to it. But it's got to stay in the Bible. I can't go outside the Bible. And people were coming up, what about, no.
Yeah.
I said lemons were not in the Bible. Was lemons in the Bible?
Yeah.
Apples was in the Bible. Why would I put something apple? That was Eve. So we
Yeah.
all battling this out.
So what are some of the ingredients that?
Frankincense, myrrh. I have I have sage. I have, let me tell you about this. The other thing I have, other than that, the next thing is I have a body, the Foot Nanny Soak Your Body.
Okay.
And so many people want to soak their body. So I'll be launching that, doing pre-sales next week. And it's 3 different lotions. I already had some lotions, but I went deeper. Ginger aloe, lemon aloe, and cucumber aloe. Because my favorite shower gel is Dove cucumber. And then I have the soaking salts for the body that match. That's going to be good. That's great.
All right. So Oprah's not your only celebrity that you do. Can you tell us who all celebrities you've worked on?
Okay. I've worked on quite a few.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey.
Okay.
His wife, Marjorie Harvey.
Yeah.
I've serviced Diddy. That was fun.
Okay.
I was a little nervous about him. He's such a big name. And
How was he?
Such a kind person.
Yeah.
Yeah, very gentle giant.
Did you go to his house?
Yeah.
What does his house look like?
Beautiful home. Silvers and grays. Yes, very masculine, very kind.
Yeah.
I've serviced. Let me think. So many people. Oh God. Back in the day, I've done the Dixie Chicks. You know them? Right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And they all have the little chicken feet by their ankles.
Okay.
It's cute, little tattoos.
Yeah.
That's cute. I've serviced. I don't know if I say her name, because if I say her name, I'll get in trouble. Okay. Pretty Woman. I'm not gonna say her name.
Oh,
so there was
All
an
right.
emergency
You didn't
moment.
say-
We'll say that.
Okay.
Then I've serviced Jay-Z before he really blew up. They was like Jay-Z. I'm like, okay.
Okay. Beyonce.
No, my friend Lisa services Beyonce. though.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I have a lot of celebrity nail tech friends.
So out of your celebrities,
Mary J. I fixed one nail on Mary J. I serviced Lady Gaga. I did a foot massage. She was amazing. She gave me an autographed pair of shoes because Jessica Simpson happened to be at Oprah show that day with her new shoe line she had then. And then she gave Lady Gaga some shoes, and it was like one of those Jesus moments. And the shoes came out the box, and the signature went on the shoe. So I have them locked up. Mm-hmm.
Well, I got to admit, I'm pretty jealous because I absolutely loved when Oprah had Oprah's favorite things on TV.
Yes.
It was like I had to go home, not take any clients because that was like the moment of the year because Oprah's favorite things. I mean, like when the crowd cheers, I was at home going, what?
Yes.
Like I
remember
felt like
the last
I was
one?
there.
Do you remember the last one when the second crowd thought they had missed the favorite things?
Yes.
Because the first crowd won it.
Yes.
And then Christmas bulb rolled out on the floor. And they
Oh
were
my
like,
God, the best.
oh, and then all of a sudden the snowflakes came and they started screaming.
Yeah.
It shocked me too.
So I can't even imagine how you felt getting, being on Oprah's favorite things. I
6
mean,
years.
I was.
It's been 6 years in a row.
Wow.
And every
Good
year
for
it feels
you.
crazier and crazier. It's like you want to slow it down because you want them to get the best experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they open that box, they're expected to see Oprah jump out that box.
Yeah.
So it's really something. If
It's
that
so
could be
cool.
like that all the time,
Yeah.
it'd be Chris.
I
And then
love
if you get it wrong, listen.
Oh,
if you get it wrong
on the wrong day.
I wonder if Oprah has to wait for her product like I have to wait. Maybe I should call O Magazine and let them know. I'm like, ma'am, you don't have to threaten me.
Yeah.
Got you.
Hey, I got to be honest. The bras I wear are because of
Yes!
Oprah's favorite things.
Remember the thing? Yes,
Oh,
right?
yeah. I mean, what she says, I went and bought, and I
Yes.
still wear.
Well, the
So
other
thank
day-
you,
yes,
Oprah, for the.
Yes, remember the other, I don't know if you saw this Weight Watcher thing she had going with Lady Gaga the other day. She had a green and white jogging suit, and my crazy self is like, where'd she get that jogging suit? Got her looking 20 pounds lighter. What the heck is going on here? I need that. So the nail tech, am looking it up. Oprah's favorite things, jogging suit. And all of a sudden, bam, it came up Tory Burch, and I looked, bam, sold out.
Wow.
I
That's
got it at
amazing.
Navy, though.
Okay.
We'll see if it makes
She's
it.
amazing. Yep. I love my bra.
Right. smoked
love it.
She has some good turkeys too. You know, anything she say. Good smoked turkey.
Things, yeah.
Honey, I had to smoke turkey before. That was amazing. Thank you, Oprah.
All right. Well, we have 2 fun segments I like to do with do with you.
Yeah,
Here it comes. You'll be all right. You
Okay,
need to take
ready.
a drink of water or anything? You need anything?
Sure, I might need some vodka, right?
Because some Tito's. Yeah. I love my Tito's.
I pretended I just sipped Tito's.
All right. So we're going to do the behind the chair segment. As a stylist, I've heard and learned some crazy things about my client. So like, you know, I feel like my clients, I love the fact that they, you know, feel safe with me and they can tell me anything. So like when I was behind the chair, I had a client come in one time and they were kind of an older couple and, you know, pretty proper. And he had told me that they had him and his wife had went on a ski trip.
Okay.
And so I said, oh, how, you know, was your, you know, ski trip? How was your weekend? He goes, oh, it was fantastic. Me and my wife, can I say it? We fucked like rabbits.
Oh my God, behind the scenes.
And he did not look like the type of person that would say something like that. And I was like, and I was in shock.
Okay.
And on one hand, I was like, wow, he must feel really comfortable. But on the other hand, I was like, that was a little bit of too much information. Okay. So, you know, being down and working on people's feet and tell us, what are some?
Okay, I had this client once. He was a doctor.
Okay.
And every time he would come in, he wouldn't say much. But, oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, right? And then one particular time he comes in, he says, you know, do you have a robe I could put on? And I said, a robe for the pedicure? Yeah, because I just want to be comfortable. And I'm not knowing why, you know, I'm thinking, you know, okay, you want to put a robe on? I said, okay, you can go in here and you can put a robe on and then you come out. He said, okay. So when he came out and I started doing this pedicure, you know how you take someone's foot and you lift it up? And I lift the foot up, and when I looked up, I'm like, oh. So he didn't have any underwear on. He wanted me to, I guess, rub his feet and shake his balls at the same time. I don't know. You said we could say it. You went there, so. Yeah. And it looked like, it then,
Did you have your poker face on?
I looked. I mean, I had to look. Because I'm looking, because every time I put his foot up, I'm looking. So I said, this is crazy. So I said, let me get a towel. But it still was, he took the towel and snatched it.
Oh, my gosh.
Nasty.
Oh.
He's probably dead now. He was really old. So.
Really?
Yeah, it's probably his last hurrah.
Well,
I already told you about the end, so I can't even
maybe
mess
he
with
wanted
the
a
end.
little bit more than a pedicure.
I think so. I think he just wanted to, you know.
Yeah.
Shake off some sweat.
Stuff.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. He won the old-fashioned ball rub down.
Spank it out. Yeah, okay. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I do remember the pink balls. I remember
Oh my
the
God.
pink
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Next.
We need another shot of Tito's.
Yeah, can we have some Tito's? That's what you should add to your podcast. See, like the little like when this segment comes, we need a cocktail.
I know. It's
I'm
like
gonna bring my own shaker next time.
The funniest thing. Well, good. All right. Well, that brings me to our next really fun segment, my BFF segment. It stands for, we all know, Best Friends Forever, which I feel like we're just soul sisters.
Yay,
I love it.
I
love it.
Soul sisters. Okay, so what we got now?
Right. I can't sing. I always wanted to sing, but I can't. I love it. But
just sing along.
Yeah. So
what's
for
the segment?
B, so my BFF stands for beauty, fashion, fun, or fit.
Okay.
So we're going to start with B, beauty. What are some of your beauty tips?
Oh, never wash your face with a face cloth. Use your hands.
Okay. And?
Another one? You want another one?
No.
I love cleansing my face at night, and I never use my face cloth. I just use my hands, and it keeps the wrinkles from coming on my face. That's what someone told me years ago when I was 16, and I've always done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Use your hands to cleanse. Okay.
So you look amazing. I love your hair. So fashion tips. I mean, I know you mentioned wigs.
Love them.
Oh, so do I. Mm-hmm. Best thing ever. Yeah.
Okay.
How many do you own?
Probably about 50.
Yeah. Oh,
I got a lot. This is a
do
really
you have
good one
different colors
today.
and stuff?
Brown and black.
Do you have like green, like Nicki
No,
Minaj colors?
no, that'll be kind of freaky. I'm not dating.
Yeah.
So I have like a blonde, but not blonde.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah. Yeah. What's
someone
your favorite
said,
color
it does
on
look
you?
right, but
You're so beautiful. What's your favorite color wig that you put on?
number one.
Okay.
Not 1B. One.
One.
Yeah, jet black.
All right. Okay. So what do you
Should I
do
get
for
a little more
fun?
deeper with this? I feel like I'm too soft. Okay, go for it. I'm gonna go deeper.
All right. Go deeper.
Okay.
Well, maybe, yeah.
What's another tip?
Okay. What do you do for fun?
Drink vodka.
Oh.
Love it. Love martinis.
I love it. Oh, yeah.
And I love bubble baths.
Okay.
Salt soaking bubble baths.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite brand? Bubble bath?
Oh, well, I mix my own.
Oh, your own.
Foot
Yeah.
Nanny.
What's your favorite aroma in your bubble bath?
For me, I love sage and lemon.
Okay. Awesome.
I need some more excitement. That was boring, right? Should I be
No.
more excited?
Oh my gosh.
With a shake and
We
chill
can go back
martini
to
on
the
the
guy that
side.
came in and
The ball shaker.
the ball shaker. So what is the one thing that you do that is a ritual every day for you? Like for me, I don't get out of bed until I read my devotions, and I don't go to bed before I have a glass of vodka.
That sounds good.
What is something that you do every day that's just, if you do it, I mean, if you don't do it, you're out of sorts. And
What I do is when I wake up in the morning, I answer emails in the bed. It's kind of weird, but I feel like if I answer them in the bed, I take like 30 minutes, and I'll just pull my glasses over from the side, and I'll just go through. And then at the top of the emails, I feel like those are the most whatever intense ones. And for some reason, I feel better. And then I get up, and I have to have a shower with my cucumber Dove shower gel. If I don't have Dove shower gel, the day is not going to be right. So I buy like 3 and 4, like big ones with the pump.
okay.
And it's something about the cucumber, reading the emails, getting up, and then that cucumber shower gel. And I have had times that I had ran out, and it just seemed like my whole day was off. But I have to have it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What is the one?
I could drink in the morning, but no.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Cocktails for everybody,
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So what is the color of polish that every woman or man should have, I mean, on them in their bathroom at all times that goes with anything in a time of an emergency or whatever? Is there just one favorite color that you have or that everybody needs?
Bubble bath. OPI bubble bath. Okay. I feel like it's a nude pink for girls of all nationalities.
Okay.
No matter what your skin tone is, bubble bath.
Okay.
For your nails.
Yeah.
toes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now for the, I'm a pedicure
Yeah.
chick, so. If I wanted to go for a red, I'm not a waitress.
Yeah.
I'm not really a waitress.
That's been
OPI.
around for a long
Yeah.
time. I've worn that. That's really
Yeah.
pretty. But yeah.
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 Because, you have those freaky times.
Yeah.
At night, your husband might want to see your toes. I just said it because he's sitting there looking at us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gina, get that red.
My feet have changed as I've gotten older. I always actually, to be honest, I had really nice feet. Like my
Yes.
toes were like perfectly portioned, and my mother had beautiful feet. She did.
Yes.
That unfortunately she passed away 10 years ago, but I'm
She's
not
in heaven
kidding
with
you.
my mother,
Everybody would
talking about us.
comment on her feet. They would
Yes.
she would be in heels and they would be like, your mom had the prettiest feet. She had the prettiest feet. And I was always so proud because my feet took after hers. They always kind of looked like hers.
what
But
happened?
as if I'm getting older, they're all starting to get a little crooked.
Yeah.
I mean, just they're starting to
You
turn
mean your
like
toes?
my actual toes. Like my feet are changing.
You might need to sleep. You ever tried the yoga toes? Do they hurt you at night? You ever tried yoga toes?
No, they don't hurt, but they just are changing.
Have you
Yeah.
tried the yoga toes?
No. What?
There's these
Yoga?
gel. Yeah.
Yoga for toes now?
What is these gel kind of a little like, well, they're solid, but they're little toe separators.
Okay.
And they feel kind of gelled, but they're strong, hold in place. And they're like, they hold your toes like separated.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt, but I think you should do it for at least 20 minutes at night. I'll get you some. I got you.
They're not creepy yet.
No,
but,
your husband might think it's a new little fetish, something you brought to the bed,
Yeah, right.
You never know, turn it on.
Yeah.
How long you been married?
20 years.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just celebrated our 20th.
Oh,
yes.
yes. You need some yoga toes.
So
Yes.
me and Jason will go to bed and do our yoga
Yes,
toes.
and some Foot Nanny hemp CBD products.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that'll help.
Okay. All right. Well, before we go, should we do this sweatshirt? Oh, nope, that's okay. Do you want any more? Are we good on time?
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything else.
Is there anything you want to share or we didn't hit on that is fun that you want to talk about? Or, I mean, we can.
Well, can I talk about, okay, so I wrote this little book called How to Open a Nail Salon with $1,000. But what happened was, okay, I'll tell you.
Here, let me, yeah.
You can just like,
Well, how can we segue into her for, how do you want me to do for editing purposes, just to kind of segue into that? Oh, I know what to say. Oh, sorry, I scraped my lip. I scraped my lip.
1 sec, don't start yet.
All right, ready? Okay. So what's next for Gloria?
Well, what's next is I need to talk to someone to help me structure the next level project with the Foot Nanny Salt Spas. I wrote this book. It's called How to Open a Nail Salon with $1,000, right? So I figured, I write this book and everybody, it'll be a cute little 40, 50-page book and everybody will learn how to do it. Then I found out that everybody needed $1,000. So I said, well, I got to help them figure this out. So I thought, well, maybe if I provide them the products, that would help. And I started a branch of my business called Pedicurist, okay? Well, come to find out, that's not what people need. They needed guidance to this nail salon situation. So my next thing is I'm looking for someone to teach me how to develop it's almost like a rent-to-own nail salon.
Okay.
So they will work for me and take a little of that Amazon concept and let them work for me and then flip it over into their business after a year or two.
Okay.
And I need to know that concept because I don't think it exists for what I'm trying to do.
So you're just trying to be a mentor now.
Yeah, mentor, but actually help them put them in business and have their own Foot Nanny location.
Okay.
Franchise.
So where can everybody go to follow you?
Foot Nanny Instagram, Foot Nanny Twitter, Foot Nanny Facebook.
Where can they get your book?
Amazon and at footnanny.com.
Okay. That's awesome.
That's next.
All right. Well, God bless you. And
Yay!
God gave you a gift of a beautiful soul and
this water,
obviously a talent. And but before we go,
What do I get?
I missed. Good catch, Gina.
She's throwing something. What is this? Okay.
I am sending you off with the famous Gina hoodie.
All right.
And
now.
this is you get the limited camo
okay.
edition. So there you go.
So it's like the Oprah car thing. You get a hoodie and you get a hoodie.
Yeah.
I'll take the hoodie.
All right.
I got a car, so you okay?
Okay.
Thank
Take
you.
The hoodie. It's yours. Yes.
Well, I got some nice tight pants to wear with this too,
That's
and some
right.
gym shoes.
Nice.
Just then, work it out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Well, Gloria, thank you so
Cute.
much for an amazing conversation. That's
Picture of
me.
you.
That's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm cutting in on you.
No. Go right. I don't want you to leave.
Okay.
We got all the time in the
let's
world.
get
What
some
else do we want to talk about?
Soaking salts. And next time I'll soak your feet while we talk. I know.
Well, I'm telling you, I know it. I'm sitting over here and my feet are just twittering because
Yeah, you see, get your little boots. Your boots are cute though.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like them. I love to wear boots in the winter. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So we gotta go now. What do we do now?
Is there anything?
Is a martini somewhere hidden or?
All right. So thank you, Gloria, for such an amazing conversation. You are just so inspiring. And
Thank you.
I loved having you
Woohoo!
and you sharing your, everything about you. And I can't wait to get that old-fashioned rub down. I'm going to hold you up to that.
Right,
I'm going to come
okay.
see you, all right?
Put Nanny
that
South Spa,
special
come on
Oprah
over.
treatment.
Come on over.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today on Turn Their Heads with Gina. If you like the episode, please subscribe, like, and share. Have a blessed day.